Hello everyone, and welcome back to the dojo. I'm your sensei, LJ.
I'm some guy, Mesa.
I'm random person on the street, Haley.
The dojo is once again open, and we are NinjagoCast, masters of Podjitsu.
Woo!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We're back, baby!
NinjagoCast's back, baby.
Yeah, okay, thank you guys. Thank you, yeah.
It's a Garmadon reference.
Is
Yes.
it really?
Yes!
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
Ninjago fan you are. I thought you were supposed to be our sensei.
You're our sensei. Oh my gosh.
How
LJ.
dare you question me? I will hit you.
LJ, you didn't watch the
You
show
and with
7
what?
times.
You and with what hand?
My slapping hand.
Yeah, well, you're all the way in Idaho.
You're right.
Come on,
I am.
me.
Oh
I mean, listen, we had a plan. Var and I had this excellent plan. Him and I were gonna crash your guys' night out.
You are welcome to do that.
Okay, it's
the
ruined.
Door is
It's
still
ruined.
Open.
It's
No,
ruined,
no,
and
no.
you ruined it.
I reject
isn't
this
Ninjago.
notion that they're
Moving
still
back.
welcome to do that.
Yes.
I reject
The
this
whole
notion.
point was that Mesa didn't know, and it was the first time you'd meet. And then Var and I, would be there.
Tell him? Oh, who was the one who told him?
Oh,
It
who's
wasn't
the one who
me.
screwed up the plan? You!
Var gave up. He folded like a house of cards. The
No,
moment there
we
was
both-
It was
adversity.
never
realized-
gonna be the first. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
it
Anyway.
was. Yes, it was.
No,
You had
it wasn't.
a very
It wasn't
clear and.
I told you we were gonna see each other in November.
No, you did not! I had no idea
I
this was a plan! If you did,
So
it was
anyway.
well after the fact!
No,
That's our
I
recap of
I totally
Ninjago
told
episode
you.
95. So
Garbage,
the episode
trash.
starts off with a lot of antics ensuing.
Meso, how dare you know your place! You
Antics
are
is the
a
only thing that
student
makes LJ
here!
individual.
I am
No.
the teacher!
Make him say the
You
one
have
thing
no
that makes
right
him
to
stand out.
lie to this situation!
What's the old saying about the student surpassing the master?
You haven't! Sit
Are
down!
you sure about that?
Yes!
Are you sure about that?
You kept the
Somehow
seat
I
warm
don't-
while I was away, but now I'm here.
Imagine if Tommy Anderson watches this podcast and the first thing he hears is screaming about unrelated stuff.
You know,
You want to
Great.
start
You know
over?
what, Mesa?
Start over.
no, I don't want to start over. This went
Hi everyone,
perfect.
welcome to NinjagoCast. This is Haley. The dojo
That's
is
it!
now
That's it!
reopened.
Slapping hands! Slapping hands! Warming up!
Oh my god.
Anyway, if Tommy Anderson is listening to this,
And Drew.
please respond to our emails, please. Come on the show. Come on, NinjagoCast. Have a good time. I promise.
We won't yell. We won't yell.
It is a good time had by
time.
most.
All.
So I have some news.
What news? What?
I don't think it's streaming.
It says it's live. Both XSplit and YouTube are telling me it's live.
Well,
I did not get a
Anyone?
notification.
it's not on the channel and it's not in my subs box. So
gotta
let me
be
just try typing in NinjagoCast. Prove me wrong, anyone. Anyone listening? Find the link.
That's interesting. Okay, well, no, I figured out why. It's because it says privacy unlisted. I didn't change a darn thing from the last time we did this. Not a darn thing.
Well, I mean,
Nah, this
they
is an
missed
easy
all
fix.
that.
Just hit public. Okay. Changes are being
Alright.
sent, so it'll be sent out momentarily.
Cool.
Okay. Are we starting?
Yeah,
now,
we're
or
just
no?
gonna continue.
It'll all be in the same video, so we can continue.
Wonderful. I'm
Fantastic.
gonna find that. I'm gonna find that message, LJ. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, You're gonna find nothing is what you're gonna find.
Okay, now you asked for it.
Anyway, so what we're here to talk about
You
today.
do your recap. Your antics assuming. Go ahead.
No, really, I hadn't thought about that. Not like I was just doing that.
Anything that you do in the show that makes you individual. Yeah, go ahead and do it.
So today we're talking about the first episode of the next season, which, depending on who you ask, is either season 10 or season 11. But let's not get into the details here. No. So the first episode is episode 95 overall, which also depends on who you ask. The Darkness Comes. For this season, March of the Oni. So, episode starts off, and we see the lamest of the ninja introing the entire episode. That's right, everyone. It's your favorite cake-loving, dirt-digging Cole. It's trash. Anyway, so the episode kicks off after that, and
He gets an intro! Can we at least say this is his first intro ever in the history of the show?
Finish the recap.
Fine!
Continue.
So, the episode moves on. We see Lloyd going to meet his father. Garmadon has been moved into this high-security prison. We see Garmadon is just lounging, watching, or not watching, he is reading the Ninjago Times, I guess. Bottom line, I guess he's Person of the Year or something. So he's talking to Lloyd going, "You need me out." And Lloyd's going, "No, we don't. I'll never let you out." Plot twist, that's a lie. So we move on into the intro, and it's in this neat, snazzy intro that I am fond of, but some people who say that objectivity isn't a thing think that it's not good. Cough, cough, they're not here.
He's talking about VAR.
So anyway, yeah, I am. So the intro's actually really neat. It recaps everything that's important. And we finally get into the episode. The ninja are in traffic, or at least Cole, Zane, and Pixel. And they are stuck in traffic in the giant drill machine. And so they just jump out and do some really cinematic flips and slow-mo kicks over cars, except for Cole, who's lame. So they finally make it through traffic, and they make it to the dock, where they are being presented with, what could it be? What could it be? It's the exact same boat we had from the Ninjago movie line. It's Destiny's Bounty. It's been completely unchanged. So anyway, meanwhile, we have Jay and, what's his name, Kai? Yeah, that's right. And they're getting married. Wait, sorry. Nope, just practicing. Jay is practicing to marry, to propose to Nia, or ask Nia, who dramatically walks in, to be her yang, because I guess I don't like the rest of the cast of RWBY. So she walks in, they scramble, and then they walk back out to see, that's right, everyone, it's a wall full of pictures of the important stuff, kind of like the intro, so you're not seeing Dave the Departed there. So they're all freaking out, and then,
that's right, everybody, the best character. He finally comes into the show. That's right. He's super excited. Dareth is here. The brown ninja's here. And he's looking. He's scrambling. He's on his hands and knees looking for his representation in the pictures. And guess what? He finds it.
He finds it. That's canon. So we move on, and all of a sudden, Firstborn flies out of nowhere. And I mean, it looks like Firstborn has been drinking. Because goodness, she just crashes into things and stumbles to the ground. And with her... You gotta have faith, because she's here too, and she's also drunk, seemingly. Is this a kid's show? So they move on, and apparently the realms are being brutally attacked by dust. That's right, everyone. A giant cloud of dust bunnies is engulfing the entirety of the 16 realms, meaning, that's right, everyone, it's official. Chima is gone, and we can all celebrate. I'm sorry, Tommy Anderson, I'm sorry! So, they look in a book and they find the darkness is coming, as if they didn't know that already, and it's the ONI. Meanwhile, the Realm Crystal has decided it doesn't like the color blue. It's its edgy teenage years, so it's gone totally black. Just like that. And it starts vaping in front of us, this dark black smoke. These tendrils are just pouring out of the Realm Crystal, and they start sucking everyone up. And they're like, hey, you want to try some vape?
Vaping's bad, kids. Don't do it.
Smoking's bad, vaping's bad. Don't do it. Your lungs will thank you. So, the tendrils of vape start sucking everyone up, and they turn into what appear to be some sort of weird statuettes. Meanwhile, the cops are going, we gotta handle this. We gotta do something. And they're about as effective as Nick Fury shooting at Sandman in the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. It's doing nothing. Because they don't have guns. Nay, nay. The budget cuts have meant that they have tasers and batons. So they're effectively useless. But fear not. Because our favorite law enforcers are saved by the ninja, who are also useless. They are the baton of people. Their elemental powers are getting sucked up by the vape, only flavoring it for later use. They're fairly ineffective. And by ineffective, I mean completely useless, even so, like, to the point, the worst of them all nearly dies in the first episode. That's right, everyone. Cole, he gets grabbed by the vape. He's going, no, I'm getting caught by trends. Ah, boom, he hits the concrete. But then Lloyd, the best new protagonist, jumps in with his sword. He's like, ha, cuts it, because apparently that works. And he saves Cole, and they get back up onto the Destiny's bounty, and all hope might seem lost, and that's because it is. They overlook the city of Ninjago, and if you would look at it, you'd say, yeah, it looks pretty dusty. It looks like all the Ninjago city sets that I have on my dresser because they're covered in dust, and it's depressing and sad. So, Lloyd decides the only thing left to do, is to go back on his word from the beginning of the episode, and they let Garmadon out. And that's the end of the episode.
Eldra, are you high?
No.
Are you high on vape?
No. Melissa, we just got done saying vaping is bad. Don't do it.
Where did you go when you were like going right back? I'll be right back before we start the episode.
Let's get some drink. And no, it's not alcohol.
Drink.
It's just water.
Well, it's just water. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
You know what also looks like water? Vodka.
Oh. I'm not Russian. Okay, Haley. Okay. Okay, Lee. So anyway, go ahead and discuss the episode.
LJ, you're very chirpy today.
I don't think he's chirping. He's either high or he's pissed off, and he's channeling his anger into enthusiasm.
I'm neither of those things. I felt that this was a good opportunity to put on a really good show, and I took it.
You did good.
I know.
You did great.
I know.
All right.
My goodness.
Discuss the episode.
Besides all the hits at Cole, but Cole's strong.
So let's just kind of walk it back. Haley, you're very happy about Cole getting an intro.
Cole has an intro! He gets an intro! Oh my gosh!
It's the only time. Did he get an intro for Day of the Departed, or was there no
he
intro?
did not. I don't think he did. I think it just started. And then even the second episode, it was like together. Look it up. I don't think it did because it just kind of started off the bat. And then the next episode fed into that one. It was like a true special. I don't remember because
either way.
But
I'm very happy for you. There's two things to keep in mind. Number one, it might not be that way for all 4 episodes. The current theory is that each episode is going to have a different ninja of the original 4, which would be cool. But who knows?
The next one's going to be Zane.
If it is Cole all the way through, that means that this is his thing.
Yes.
So we'll see how that shakes out.
If it's Cole, like if I open the next episode up and it's Cole, no one in this world will not hear the shrill of my scream of pure happiness that Cole will get the 100 episode special all for himself.
Gosh, I really hope not.
Cole season. It will be the greatest thing in the world.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Because that means if he dies, then it's his season. This is how it happened. This is how the Master of Coal died.
The Master of Coal.
Master of Earth.
Good job.
Master of Earth.
Good job.
An attempt was made. Can I just say that non-ironically, not even trolling Haley, it is the worst little head intro thing out of any season ever.
Agree. It's not very pretty.
I've seen people saying that it's supposed to symbolize like, the darkness of the Oni engulfing everything, which is fine, but it doesn't look that way.
Yeah, it doesn't good.
It looks like someone. It looks like someone just forgot to put a background. That's what it looks like. It does not look like shadowy, smoky tendrils of evil, of vape, as Eldra says. Looks like a black template.
Well.
And I'm not a fan.
Well, he got to say it though. That was the big thing, that he actually said it, which is now probably leaning more towards that it's going to be one ninja per, where we're going to hear Zane say previously on Ninjago and all that other fun stuff. But who knows? But
Either way, it's
we have this win. Cole got a win, and that shocked me. It put me into shock the whole day. I couldn't believe it. So that was a huge win for Cole, at least. So
as we look through the episode, the way it starts is interesting with Lloyd talking to Garmadon, because Garmadon has a completely different personality now.
Yes,
he's a lot more like
the pilot.
Original Garmadon.
It's the way he voices is just like the pilots.
Yeah, he finally got back in the mojo.
Season?
The pilot season.
The first season.
The pilot season.
With the first season.
The pilot season. The season that greenlit the first season.
You mean the first season, followed by season 2.
No.
So the thing I find most interesting is that in Sons of Garmadon, he barely spoke at all, and when he did, it was very like guttural, very deep. Last season, he spoke a bit more, but he was still very emotionless. This Garmadon has got his humor back. He's cracking jokes. He's like memeing Lloyd. He's seemingly not taking it as seriously as he should be, which tells me that he does have an agenda, even if he is, obviously worried about the ONI.
I have decided to fight with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's his decision to make.
I still have qualms about Garmadon being represented this way, because we've now taken, all of his humanity away, and we've replaced the complex character of Garmadon from OG Ninjago with generic evil dude number 1024 from Ninjago. But the voice acting is saving him from being generic, because you got that Garmadon, comedy intermixed. And I'm interested in seeing where they take him.
It sounds so fake, though. I'm not saying that Mark Oliver sounds fake. It's the way that he's presenting Garmadon.
Hey, Mark Oliver! She said you're fake!
No! He sounds like like Tyler said, he has an agenda, but it's very clear. It's very like LJ, you would know, voice actor.
You know about agendas.
He sounds like he's pushing something very hard.
Yeah. I mean, I think the phrase you're looking for is he sounds suspicious.
Yes, that's the word. That's the word.
Yeah.
Thank you. He sounds very suspicious.
Yeah, and I think that lends itself very nicely to. It's the voice actor is doing an incredible job. Mark Oliver is really nailing the delivery here, and he makes it sound like Garmadon is suspicious and he's definitely sinister, and you can't trust him. So he's definitely doing an excellent job on that delivery. He's a really good voice actor.
Yes. Lloyd calls him father. Garmadon immediately calls him the Green Ninja. So, Garmadon, do you have a son or not? Are we still having this conversation?
I know, right?
Moon.
Season 8, I have no son. Season 9, kill my son or get my son. Season 10, oh, hey, what's up, Green Ninja?
Exactly. It's one of those things where the character of Garmadon, it really does look like this Garmadon has no shred of his older self, or at the very least, it's incredibly minor. So I'm very interested in seeing if they go the Ninjago movie route and have new Garmadon actually make memories with Lloyd, not as cheesy, but actually forge a bond based on current experiences, or at the very least an understanding of each other.
He acts like movie Garmadon a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've been mixing them for a little while.
It makes total sense, because the whole reason Sons of Garmadon was the way it was to play off the movie. It's more than just the redesigns. They brought Garmadon back as a villain because he was a villain in the movie. He didn't act like the movie Garmadon, though. Now they are kind of bringing that nice, happy medium between campy, cheesy joke of a villain Garmadon from the first few seasons and, more threatening but still funny Garmadon from modern Ninjago. It's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he has a role to play. Then next we have a scene of them stuck in traffic doing slow motion ninja flips.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the intro.
The intro.
Okay.
LJ, you go first.
Oh.
You liked it.
Yeah, I really did. Now, real quick, before I actually get into the intro, I just learned something I didn't know. That Faith, their voice actress, is Kathleen Barr. And I didn't know that. She also voices Misako and a bunch of other characters. And if you're like me, who really liked Bionicle, that name sticks out because she was Gali Nuva. And I think that's really cool. She might also been
really cool.
Might also been Radaka, but I don't know.
This episode.
I don't know if she was.
Saw her, but she didn't say a thing.
I don't know if she was Radaka or not.
She was.
Okay, fair enough. So that's really awesome. Anyway, so a lot of the critique I've heard about this, which has really been from one person, is that this intro seemed really plain and really boring. This is, to me, the ideal intro for a season like this. So the season is obviously meant to commemorate 11 seasons, and it's supposed to show all that has been accomplished in that time. Ninjago is the longest running Cartoon Network show, bar none. I recently beat Adventure Time, was it? Because that ended?
Yes.
So, longest running, really excellent, really fantastic, and I like things that encapsulate being kind of memories and kind of commemorating long-running things. So I want to do a lot of special things for 10 years of the TTV podcast. I have great intention of doing so. 10 years of the group is going to be this year, so I want everyone to be at Brick Fair to commemorate that. So 11 seasons. I think this is an excellent intro. It's not too flashy. It gets everything covered and out of the way. I can't imagine a better way to do it. I like this immensely. I don't think this is plain. I don't think it's boring. I don't think that it underdoes what it has to do. It gets the point across, and I really like it for that.
Shows like this that reach big milestones, like 100 episodes, do this all the time. It's a very common thing, so I don't understand any critique. Haley's just seething in the background. It's, Haley, to beat a troll, you don't take the bait. You should have learned this by now.
No, it's just him saying he got everything covered, and I was like,
sorry.
It
Let me reference my earlier spiel when I was going over the episode. It got everything important covered.
Yeah. Shows like this do this all the time with 100 episodes to commemorate, slideshows, whatever. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did like a very similar thing, like combining every intro they'd ever done into one like mega intro. It was great. If this was just a slideshow of the mural pictures, like doing basic image editing fade, I could maybe get the complaints about it being a little bit basic, a little bit plain, but it's not. Because it's done in such a way the transitions are very dynamic and they fade inwards. Stuff is constantly appearing and disappearing, and the transitions are very seamless between all of the different seasons. And I could not have asked for anything better, honestly, for a commemorative intro. I absolutely love it. And we'll talk about the controversy later on when we get to the murals.
I actually disagree with both of you.
Really?
Because as much as I love that intro, and I love the season, I don't think that they match. Depends on how the next 3 episodes will go, because we're about to watch an epic adventure of the Oni taking over Ninjago. If they talk more about their history, then I will change my mind. But based off of what I've seen so far, it feels like it's like high stakes and then just a happy-go-lucky commemorative intro. So
it makes sense. And it's a structural concern that I've had with this season from the moment it was announced, because it was announced about Jay and Nia's wedding, with him, or Jay asking her to be, his yang, whatever that means, a wedding allegory, because they don't want to use the word marriage for kids. That's what the season was initially showed to us as. Then we later learned it was going to be the conclusion to Sons of Gromadon and Hunted, and was going to involve the Oni, and it was only going to be 4 episodes long, but it was also going to celebrate the 100th episode. And the reason that was given for doing the Legacy Wave, there was an official reason, and then there was a fan conjecture reason. The official one was just to celebrate, commemorate, Ninjago's legacy. The fans reasoned out, okay, maybe they're doing it because it's a more character-focused special, where they're really going to dig deep into the characters of the ninja and celebrate the theme's life, so there wouldn't necessarily be opportunities for new sets, if that makes any sense. Like, they're not going to have a new villain army that needs a bunch of vehicles that the ninja need to fight. It's a character thing. But then when we learned the Oni were actually going to show up in this special, I kind of scratched my head a little bit, because I feel like they're only portraying the Oni this way because they didn't have the budget or the wherewithal to actually make sets based off them. They very easily could have. We very easily could have gotten a whole wave of just a bunch of different Oni characters or whatever.
Well, I hope this isn't it that we see of the Oni. Like, I hope the Oni
I think it's
away, but we'll see.
Not
we'll
to
how season 11.
Not to spoil, people in the Lego community have already reported the summer sets are a different villainous force than the Oni. So I think the Oni are done.
We'll see. If the Oni take over Ninjago and the ninja have to retreat somewhere else, then maybe it could explain something, but we'll see.
Yee.
That's just a theory. But if that was Cole's episode, if they're doing like an episode per ninja, thanks.
I really hope that's Cole's episode. Does nothing, trips, falls, is late to the party, almost dies.
His foot's asleep.
Is it on the mural? That's
Thanks,
like
said not thankfully.
That's Cole in a nutshell.
Graciously not gracious.
I'll stop typing. Why are you typing so much?
Okay, so first of all, I was tweeting this out, which is something I shouldn't be doing anyway.
I'm messing.
Okay, all right, you want messing? All right, how's about you fix that echo so that every time somebody else talks, like X, during Brick Feed, it doesn't come through your speakers?
I didn't hear an echo.
Yeah, because it's coming from you, doofus. Of course you're not going to hear it.
Hear it.
Okay. No,
Haley, is there an echo right now?
Not really.
All right.
LJ,
There you go.
I'll stop. I'll stop.
Are you sure you're not high?
Are you sure you're not the one causing the echo?
Okay. How would I hear an echo I'm causing when I'm not talking?
It could just be your ears, man. I don't know.
Okay.
Sensitive hearing.
Okay. Yes, it's mother of pearl. Yes, it's sensitive hearing. That doesn't mean it cannot be over. It can't be. Oh gosh, what's the term? What's the phrase? Not overdriven, not overdone, and overridden, overpowered.
Suspicious.
Okay. Continue your thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, basically, like,
oh yeah, cool.
I get it. The intro might not be representative of the season. Yeah. The season doesn't right now have an identity. It's trying to do like 3 things at once. So I'm curious how well they define it. That'll be a concern going forward.
Yeah, like I said, my opinion might change based off of the content of the rest of the season. But if it continues being like an epic movie, like I think it's going to be, then I feel like the intro doesn't exactly... Because it was just weird having that dramatic scene from Lloyd yelling at Garmadon's face, saying this, like, only if you're the last person in Ninjago will I ever let you out. And all of a sudden...
I agree. So. Another thing that I find weird is the whole scene with them being stuck in traffic. Not because it wasn't funny, because it was. But why are only 3 of the ninja going to the big unveiling of their ship?
Because Jay has something important.
And why were they late?
Because there was a car accident.
I mean, no. They were already late by half an hour.
You need to live in Atlanta and know what traffic is like. Because traffic is not on anyone's agenda. So
it wasn't because of the traffic. They were already 30 minutes late when they were in traffic. So they were late from the get-go. And let's be honest, we know why they were late.
Well, this is the ninja.
Because look at the people involved. There's Zane, the cool one. There's Pixel, the other cool one. And then there's Cole, leading them.
There's 2 robots who are like Siri.
Yeah,
or like
there are 2 robots which are methodical about time and precision. Listen, they've got a really accurate internal clock. But then they're being led by Cole. All that cake has gone to his thighs and his head.
What LJ's trying to say is that the karmic seesaw took 2 robots and counterbalanced Cole's uselessness.
I am not saying anything like that!
Anyway, if this was any other season, I would be like, why don't they use their dragons to fly over the traffic? Or why don't they use air jitsu to fly over the traffic? But at this point, I've just given up. So I'm not even going to leverage that critique.
I was literally about to say, why don't they just take the bounty and go to get there? But I was like, wait a second.
That doesn't work.
That won't work.
I think that they're trying to be like, oh, the ninja have lost their vehicle, so they can't move around as easily.
Yeah.
So they're trying to use traffic, but like they have 2 ways of quick travel. But you know what? This is new Ninjago. Those things don't exist post-movie, so fair enough. The scene of them revealing the bounty was weird. I get the implication. They're trying to show the citizens actually being appreciative of the ninja, which I appreciate on principle.
So did they.
I just feel that I feel like the effect was kind of lost by having a big elaborate reveal only for it to be the exact or almost the exact same bounty that got destroyed prior, which on an emotional level works because it's an exact replica. But you have the ninja freaking out over the bounty and saying how awesome it is. And I can't help but think it would have more impact if it was actually new or improved or upgraded. But again, this is one of those things where they didn't make a wave of sets based off this season, so they didn't make a new bounty. That's all it is. If this theme had a wave to it, a wave of sets, there would have been a new bounty released. Because it will have been like, a few years since the last one. But because this is just a movie, whatever. no new bounty. So it was kind of a weird scene to me.
And
I feel like it's gonna have an impact because they're already showing that the bounty had like flaws in it.
it'll have an impact, all right, when the bounty impacts the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the bounty's gonna.
Let's take a bet on how many episodes until the bounty crashes. I think it's gonna happen in this special.
I think it's gonna happen next episode or the episode after.
Or the episode after. Yeah, I'd put my money on episode 3.
I'd say episode 3 too, because I think the next one's gonna be the Garmadon fight.
There are only 4 of them.
My God.
Was that a laugh? What was that?
He's doing full One Piece.
Sounds like you were shuffling papers.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I have some important legal documents. There, continue.
And then we have Jay and Kai doing their thing.
Yes.
And again, I find it weird how they never explained what yin and yang is in this universe, which means it's an obvious, allegory for getting married.
The yin yang promise is a beautiful and sacred tradition.
Bah humbug.
Actually, no. LJ, repeat what I just said, but in Dare's voice, and we might get even copyright infringement for it.
Say the line again. Line.
The yin yang promise is a beautiful and sacred tradition.
The yin yang promise is a sacred and beautiful tradition.
Yeah, close.
Close.
Verbal
But yeah, there you go.
Okay.
We're gonna get a copyright for that.
Don't you dare do that, miss.
But yeah, it's super
So
sweet.
They don't really explain what it means, which means, as everyone expected, we're supposed to take it as an allegory. It's a Ninjago allegory for getting married, at which point I say, why not just have them get married?
Well, you see, I've made the yin yang promise on several occasions before. It never really worked out. Oh, goodness. They all left me. All they left me with was the dojo and my trophies.
Incredible.
I cannot wait to see that scene, by the way. That scene's going to be absolutely amazing when Jay asks Nia, it better happen this season, or I don't even know what I'm going to do.
She just says no.
Have it.
I would die of laughter.
She might. She might.
I'm with Pythor now.
No, she'd be like, I'm not ready yet. Like, we still have to, Cole dies, and they have to get over the fact that Cole dies, and Jay's like, oh, Nia, I want to marry you. And she's like, my last suitor is dead. I can't marry you yet. It's like, oh,
wow.
Bring back the freaking love triangle to stab me one more time.
It's a weird situation where, Lego knows that the target demographic probably isn't interested in watching a special about 2 people getting married. That's why they never had romance in Bionicle. But, the problem I have with that is you're doing that. You're doing a special where 2 people get married. You're doing a series where they've had an ongoing relationship for years. Gonna spoil Skybound here. You had a season where, the love of his life dies in his arms, and with his dying wish of loving her so much, he rewrites time itself to save her. It's like
poetic.
For years now, Lego has, dabbled in the romantic overtures and, high subtext. I guess an actual wedding is where they draw the line, because I guess what they're trying to do is make it a cool Ninjago wedding. So maybe people will be interested in it, but it almost takes a bit of an impact away. What does that even mean in real life? It could just be him asking her to be his girlfriend, for all we know. It could just be a friendship bracelet, a friendship promise. You say but they've been on and off for years. They were dating before rebooted, and then they weren't, and then they made it official again. Maybe they're not. Who knows?
Oh my gosh, don't know. It's pretty clear where things stand.
He got on one knee, so it's pretty obvious. So
my thing is, none of it matters. It just doesn't. No, this whole conversation.
It does matter.
Sorry, no. I mean, the yin yang thing matters. I'm just saying this conversation, what it means for the real world, or what it means from our perspective, is irrelevant. It doesn't matter whatsoever. They could get yin yang, married, whatever, and that's fine. It doesn't change really anything. It just shows the bond between those characters, and that's great. That's perfectly fine.
I'm thinking about it only from the perspective of the people who are making the decisions and what it means for LEGO behind the scenes. Well, it's for the same reason we might talk about why, you know, they're doing a theme based on a first-person shooter for the first time in history. It's a paradigm shift. It's worth talking about.
I mean, I guess. I suppose.
You guess. You're one of the staunch no romance in my Lego theme people. You don't find this interesting?
First of all, what you just said would explain why I don't find it interesting. If I'm not super for romances in Lego. Now, a slight caveat. I'm more specifically against romance in Bionicle. G1. Because it doesn't make sense within the world. And I don't think that it's really like I think the Bionicle story was perfectly fine without it. I think it was better focusing on the familial aspect as opposed to any potential romantic avenues they could have gone down. So that's why I'm content with that. With this, I mean, it doesn't really affect me. It's been the thing throughout the season. It's already established, whatever. And Peel, Huki, and Maku is not canon. Gosh darn it! Don't make me come over there and smack you upside the head with a rocket hammer.
Look, the Bionicles got feelings, and they didn't know how to, like,
say Bionicles again.
So love was one of them.
Say it again, and you will not see the next episode of this podcast, lady.
I'm so tempted to, but you're actually scaring me. So
Good. I should scare you. I should scare you like the evil black vapes going all around Ninjago City.
They have emotions, correct, LJ?
What, Bionicle?
Yes.
This is not a conversation we're getting into here.
Haley, I'm gonna save you the trouble. Haley, go listen to the episode that I did with LJ. I think it was the second episode I had with him on the LJ Johnson show, which I don't think you ever listened to. We dig into this conversation really deeply, and I point out why LJ is an idiot and everything he says is wrong, and you can hear my logic over there. We don't need to waste precious time here.
Oh my gosh.
Back to Jaya, because Jaya is the best.
I'm sorry, Meso. Let's focus on figuring out the internal monologue and dialogue between LEGO employees as they decide to have two characters already in an established relationship go one step further and become married as the show is growing older with its age demographic. Let's go ahead and try and figure out why they wouldn't want to go ahead and have the two characters make a commitment so they can just finally put this all to rest and stop doing this back and forth love triangle nonsense! Please, let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go one step further. Let's go ahead and put our masks of mind reading on and go find Tommy Anderson and read his mind so we can figure out his thought process. Hey, Braggy, shoot! You're invited to be on the show so that we can put you in a sensory deprivation chamber so we can monitor your brain waves and try and figure out your thought process from months ago as to why you have made this decision.
Listen.
So, we need the minifigure for Nia and her Komodo, because it's a great outfit.
Yes, we do.
I hope she gets married in that outfit, too, or yanged, or whatever it is.
Although you're an interesting person. And you completely misunderstand my grievance, too. I have no beef with them doing what they're doing. I think it's sweet and nice and a good story. I just find it funny how they're still afraid to actually call it marriage. I mean, they're tiptoeing around it, which is not a bad thing. I get it. I get wanting to make it a cool thing.
I'm not sure that they're tiptoeing around it as much as trying to make an allegory that is thematic within the world. Because
maybe
they've correct me if I'm wrong. They've used words such as death or kill before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they're concerned at this point, at this stage in Ninjago, given that it is trying to grow up with its audience. I don't think they're worried about tiptoeing around anything. I just think that they're trying to do something that makes sense thematically.
They're trying to make it unique to their world, probably.
It's like a...
Wait, what?
Wait, what did you say?
They've said married in the show before.
When?
Season 2. If you're not the man I once married or something like that.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, yeah! Oh, my God!
So this entire conversation was entirely pointless.
Haley back at it again with the epic fact.
I'm pretty... Hold on. Yeah, episode 24. This is Misako talking to Garmadon, saying, if you were once the man I loved, and maybe you're not the man that I married. So,
Well, that just opens up another can of worms.
All right, let's continue with the episode. Moving
Yeah.
on, we will discuss this later. LJ,
If they never say the word married again, I'm calling plot hole. No, move on.
Wait,
yin-yang
okay,
is
it's not a
something-
plot hole,
maybe
it's
it's
just a
a step
retcon.
Maybe it's a step up.
Retcon.
Maybe it's a yin yang thing that's with the elemental masters or something, because they have their little elemental symbols on
Maybe.
it or something.
That might be
knows?
something. Maybe it is something reserved for the elemental masters.
cool.
That's an interesting theory.
I can
Like-
accept that.
Like Kai and Nia's parents are a yin yang. Maybe we'll see.
Okay,
could get
for a
down with
moment
that.
I thought you said
Look at that.
to be a very different show in Mississippi, but no, I think
Wow.
that we gotta wait and see, and see how this progresses.
Oh gosh. How
All right. Let's
see
talk
here.
about the murals.
Oh my god!
Please, let's.
Ah!
Haley, let it all out. Let your rage out, because you haven't publicly talked about this yet.
Where is Day of the Departed? They put the freaking Dark Trilogy on there, but not Day of the Departed. I don't know what the heck they're doing. It's ridiculous. Cole's not even on the wall. He's in a tiny little spot on top of a building for season 1, which is The Great Devourer. But that's literally all it is. He's nowhere else. Nowhere else. Nia's on there like 4 times, and she wasn't even a ninja until season 5.
You know what? You know what? I think I agree with you, Haley. I think that this wall of murals is abhorrent. I think that it spits on the legacy that Ninjago has built up over all of these years. I mean, think about it. Do we even know if Dareth is there? Do we know for certain? Like, he says he saw someone there that looks like him, but maybe he's just trying to console himself after the years of drinking and failed marriages. I'm sorry, yin-yangs. We don't know if he's actually there. He's just trying to find a bright silver lining in the dark cloud that has been his past. So I think we need absolute 100% verifiable confirmation. Braggy Shoot, Hagman Brothers, Tommy Anderson, I'm calling all 4 of you out. 100% confirmed. Dareth being on this mural wall. And decanonized Day of the Departed. Anyway, continue.
Dareth had his own little part in Day of the Departed too.
Wait, they made a second one?
It was one of the ninja that they went after. He saved the whole the festival, and it doesn't even exist anymore. Apparently, Dareth's not even a hero for the second time.
Dude, what I love most about it, I think, isn't that Cole is excluded on principle. What I find hilarious is that there's an open spot where it easily like could have gone to make it like a stack of 6 on another stack of 6, and they just opted to leave it empty, and not just leave it empty, but put in the Dark Island trilogy. And you gotta wonder, the casual Ninjago fan who's trying to watch this and they see this weird like Klaus thing with the Temple of Light that goes like in between.
Look, I completely understand if they didn't include Day of the Departed, because it's not part of the count. This is a 100 episode special. It's not counted. I don't know why, because the pilots are counted.
You mean season 1?
But they included a book series.
Hang on. Okay, hold your rahi.
In the show.
Do you know why they included that book series? Because it was made by
canon.
The man, the myth, the legend. That's right, there are 2 of them alongside Kevin Hinkle. Greg Farshty, he wrote them, meaning he's had a hand in every single one of LEGO's successful story IPs.
Well, good for him. I'm proud of him. It was a great book series. I own all 3. I finally owned the last
Greg's
one as
awesome.
of Christmas.
Actually,
it's great. It's an amazing book series.
I recall you complaining about the dialogue behind the scenes. That's right, I'm outing you.
Where is Day of the Departed?
Right where it belongs, in the trash.
I think what's great is
Cole
that you've asked
literally
about it.
goes from a ghost to a human if they just completely ignore it.
I think the best part is like you've asked about it a few times on Twitter, and, like
okay,
added the
so,
people, and they're just radio silence.
Mad theory is that Cole is going to quote unquote die. They're gonna think he's dead, and so they're all gonna be on the ship like boo-hooing, and it's gonna be so sad. And they're like, "Don't worry, we have a mural on the wall in which it commemorates all of the ninja, and we'll be able to look up there and remember Cole for how important and great and essential he was to the Ninjago's history." And they're gonna go up to the wall, and they're like, "He's not even on the wall." God!
It's great. I love it. It's the funniest thing, but I also do feel sympathetic because real talk, no trolling. I can't possibly imagine, like, it's either a mistake or something they are going to lampshade later on. Because that's a pretty big, like, Day of the Departed had a whole wave of sets that came out with it. It wasn't like a one-off thing, you know? Dark Island had no sets. It used old stuff for its story. You okay?
Yeah, she seems okay. I'm okay. You weren't asking me, but I'll tell you I'm okay.
Dara's not even on the wall either.
Hey,
we
don't know that. We
not
don't
me.
know that.
Cole
We
and
don't
Dara's
know. Has
important
Cole
are the
ever
same
controlled
to
an
the
entire
history.
stone army? I don't think he has. But you know who has? Dareth has. Because he is a true member of the ninja group.
He doesn't even
Prentice made a great thing in the comments in the Patreon chat. He said, "Hey guys, why don't we put my adventure with Yang on the wall because he won't shut up about it every day of the Departed." And also, along those same lines, I find it very ironic that in the season with a yin yang, they left out the scene thing with Yang. So, yeah, like realistically. No jokes. I honestly don't know what they're doing.
They even built a freaking new monastery and they have their own temple. They just built a new one.
And it looks weird with 6 on the top and 5 on the bottom. Like, knowing that something is missing just makes it even more weird.
What if it's intentional?
What if it might be? They might lampshade
What if
it.
it isn't?
Well, no.
intentional?
They're
That's
not going to
weird.
go back to the mural like you were saying and go, oh, he's not here. They're just going to add him to it.
Yes. Have his own thing. Just Cole. It's not even a season.
They'll
It's
just add
Cole.
Day of the Departed, just right in there. It's like, yeah.
Why would they add Day of the Departed?
I don't know because
Why?
like they'll have his dumb split thing, and it'll show him as a person.
It'll be.
And he'll be split in half.
It'll be a mural of this season, Cole saving Ninjago by destroying all the Oni in one sweep, and it's going to be his own mural. That's what they would do, not Day of the Departed.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, this is assuming he
Hey,
gets
like-
anything at all outside of a slow, painful death.
He's going to have the most glorious death with flashbacks to little moments that weren't important
I
and
see.
probably aren't important, but it will highlight Cole. Like,
Let's see whose death is better, huh? Cole's or Zane's?
Cole's.
Zane's.
Zane's didn't last more than 5 minutes.
Doesn't matter. It happened, and it was glorious.
It was very glorious, but Cole's will be even more glorious because he's got glowing arms and it will look super awesome.
Haley,
Cole,
Haley,
use your lava arms.
Haley, you need to wake up because you're dreaming.
I've already thought it out, man. It's gonna be pitch black. It's gonna be dark because the Oni are coming, but there's gonna be one source of light, and it's gonna be Cole. And he's gonna be hurt because he fell off of the bounty. And
She has the most cliche plan ever, and it's great.
Ugh.
She was like, what if Cole buries all the Oni in an earthquake? Then he gets trapped in it as well.
He dies under it, too.
Like, oh my god.
And the ninjas see him. They think he's dead, and they come down and they see him, and they're like, "Cole, you're okay." And
And he
like,
says,
"Don't
go on
worry."
without
And
me. And then more
then
rubble
he's like,
falls.
"It's been an honor ever since the very beginning."
I would cringe so hard. The cringe would be too much. Too much.
Well, I'm
Let's
expecting it to be better. Let's move on, because before I actually start crying.
Let's talk about the scene where they talk about the Oni and
Yes.
how weird it is, because I have a beef with it.
Oni. Yeah, go ahead.
They keep referring to them as like the bringers of doom, you know, the bringers of destruction that are gonna come and like rain down on all Ninjago, and then Jay makes some crack. It's like, it's just a legend, right? Like, ha 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 ha. That's the crazy legend. And I'm like, okay. Maybe the part about them coming to Ninjago is a legend, sure. But your friend is part Oni. You went to the realm of the Oni and the dragon. You learned all about the Oni from Mistake last season. And while you were gone, she revealed that she was an Oni, which Lloyd would surely tell you about. And Garmadon's an Oni too. So what part of the Oni existing and wanting to come to Ninjago is exactly that far-fetched? Like, I get it was a comedy lampshade moment to be like, oh, they're surely not going to destroy Ninjago as they're destroying Ninjago. And I laughed at it. It's just one of those moments where does it really make sense? Or is it just Quippy J being quippy?
Quippy J being quippy.
Yeah.
He had worse lines.
So that was my problem with it. Did you have anything to say?
LJ?
Oh, no, I mean, I agree. I don't have anything to contribute to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the Oni were already there. Not coming through the realm crystal, but because where are they coming from? I guess they went to all the other realms, but I thought they were in Ninjago already.
I don't get it. I don't think they were.
Because they were gone.
Yeah, probably they were going to the other realms.
Is there another Oni realm? Because they mentioned from an Oni realm. I'm guessing that's the Oni and Dragon realm, but there might be.
No, I think it was just implying that they were already on their murder spree at this point.
All right.
Like, we haven't checked in with any other realms recently. Chima's dead. The script writers are dead. Everyone's dead. Yeah. And I must say, the way they conveyed the Oni was pretty cool.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, it's just generic black smoke. And it totally is. But its movements have some personality to it. Mm-hmm. It's like pseudo-solid. It can grab people. It doesn't just suck them in and then they're not seen again. They go through the trouble of showing like their petrified husks. Answer.
With that, because Cole, after he touched it, he said he felt that there was something else in there, that there was an Oni in there. So you telling me all of that smoke was from one Oni?
Yeah, it's from Mega Horn, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty powerful dude.
That's a pretty powerful dude to like turn an entire Ninjago City to like what Arkham City looked like for that one Batman game. And just one Oni.
You're right.
So, well, yeah, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and then we have a prolonged montage of the Oni smoke, like murdering everyone, petrifying them, the police fighting them, and it's all pretty standard. There's not really much to comment on there. There were some funny jokes. The ninja saved the day. They're useless. I don't really have a problem with any of it. Cole getting touched by the Oni will have to have some relevance, though. I like to think that Cole, ever since he got touched, isn't going to actually be Cole, but an Oni like who swapped places with him or something. That'd be interesting because they have to do something with the Oni being shapeshifters. They didn't mention that once this whole episode.
I don't know if they're gonna bring that what's it called, the Cryptarian prison back, but how does he get into the cage with he scanned his eye? What can the Oni do? Shapeshift. So
bingo.
When they break in, not sure if that's gonna be used, but
probably not if they're just getting the armor out anyway.
Yeah, they might put an Oni in there or something.
I just find it interesting that they didn't mention once that they could actually shapeshift. I almost wonder if that's maybe. It's either that or they're like not going to utilize it. They're just going with a different route. Because I was certain last season that was an anvil drop for one of the ninja being taken over without anyone realizing it. My own headcanon is that Jay and Nia are getting married, and it's like, psych, one of you was an Oni the whole time, and they like kill the other. It's like really brutal and angsty. But probably won't do that. But it would be interesting. I don't know. I pretty much don't have anything else to say about the episode, so I'll let you say anything you want to say.
The one shot that really caught my eye was when it transitioned from the book to the city, and it was Borg's Tower.
Yes.
In Gulf, and I was like, whoa, that's an old book. Like, so it's all prophesized? Like, this whole thing has been a prophecy the whole time?
Oh, dear God.
Not what they're implying, or was it just like, oh,
here's
a cool idea for a transition? We'll just put Borg's Tower in a book. I mean, it was just weird. So
prophecies
take over. So
Bionicle burned me out on prophecies. So
Red Star.
No, I was talking about the prophecy of light from Journey to One. Prophecy of heroes.
I remember what that is.
Prophecy of prophecies. When times are dark and all hope seems lost,
okay, this is
call upon the power of past and future, and look to the skies for an answer.
Man, you either must really hate it or really love it to have memorized
When
that.
the stars align, 6 heroes, and then I forget from there. I remember that united, but not one.
Isn't it 6
It was a
heroes will fall from the heavens or something like that?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I mean, it was a good prophecy. I had no problem with the prophecy of heroes. It was Journey to One's application of it.
Yeah, Bionicle burnt me out on prophecies. Yeah, it was a good prophecy.
It was written well. It was when Journey to One adapted it and made it so it went from this cryptic thing to every single specific thing is laid out in vivid detail, including the fact that Umarak has like giant golden horns, and now this having like Borg's tower.
A Spinjitzu master can.
Very interesting.
A Spinjitzu master cannot. To move forward, don't look ahead to find his resting spot. Resting place.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, anyone have any final thoughts before we go and wrap up?
Haley, give final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I think this is going to make a great movie based off of what we've seen so far. Y'all two, shut up. I think it raised the stakes fast. We've basically seen the majority of the trailer already. The only things that we haven't seen is Lloyd moving down into the mist with the weird thing on his forehead, and then Garmadon fighting the ninja, and then Garmadon going down there into the mist, and then the Oni, of course. So we've basically seen everything that's going to happen. So all the stuff we're about to see is going to be new. So it's going to be great. When is the next episode coming out? Saturday? Hello?
Presumably.
Oh.
Must have been, no,
I
for
got
sure.
worried for a second.
Yeah, no, you're good. Now, Haley, before
I was just
go
muted
into-
for a second. It is coming out Saturday, yes.
Okay.
But before I go into the closing, there is something that you should probably stress specifically. You know, a particular hashtag you like to swing around every so often.
Please do.
Yes!
Though it's
Oh
kind
my
of difficult
gosh, thank
without
you.
dates.
Well, it's pretty difficult without dates, but
Even still.
for all of you in America and beyond, this is going to eventually air on Cartoon Network or whatever it will air on. If not, it will go on an app or something. Please watch it. Or else they're not going to get your view. Because, yeah, hashtag Watch Ninjago Live 2019. Please, viewing counts. And this is like a big thing for Ninjago. There's only going to be 4. Hopefully when Cartoon Network airs it, it's going to be as the movie, which would be great. Because then it's just all at once, and then we can all have a viewing party. We're all going to watch Ninjago. We can try to get Braggy or Tommy or something to, like, help us live tweet it, celebrate it, or whatever. Be fun. But please watch it live. And for those who aren't watching it, please also respect spoilers. Don't, march around on, Twitter or, I guess, even the Ninjago chat here. Just throwing out spoilers as soon as episodes come out. Like, let everyone figure out if they want to or not, because this is a big season. We want to make sure that we support Ninjago and its community in the most positive way. So
I agree.
So yeah, please help out Ninjago. Don't harm other community members and stuff.
And if you've already seen it, when you do get dates for when it's airing, watch it again.
Yes.
Why
Watch
not?
it again and again and again and again.
Get positive tweets trending. Get interest mobilizing. And don't be like Haley and skip 3 episodes to go watch a concert.
If you have money, go buy it. Tyler. Watch Haley. That one day that I bought concert tickets for Muse. Watch that.
I would die of laughter,
that
honestly.
Would be the worst thing in the world.
Muse concert over to Ninjago. Guess I gotta watch it.
I would literally force my family to turn on Ninjago and watch it while I'm at the concert.
Oh, that'd be the funniest thing.
FaceTime them and be like, "Is the TV on?" But yeah.
All right.
Thank you, LJ. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So, unless there is anything else?
Nope, not really. It was a good episode, good intro, but I'll wait to judge it when we see more.
Okay. Woo! Fair enough. And just as a reminder, Braggy Shoot, Tommy Anderson, either of the Hagmans, both of the Hagmans,
Oh! Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Oh, let me pull it up.
Oh my gosh.
Just
you didn't have it up, why'd you interrupt him?
I completely forgot.
Don't get it. Don't want to interrupt.
Ta-da!
Yes, this was in
Wow.
fact directed.
It was written by Braggy. Shoot, welcome to the show officially, fully, and individually. We love you, and you did a fantastic job.
The Hagemans are Hagduns.
Hagman, Haggone.
Hagon. There we go. Either one.
All right. Hagman's more troll hunters. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. So, thank you all so very much for listening. I do apologize for the fact that it was unlisted for the first, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. But, thankfully, we were able to recover from that. Also, to wrap something up from the very beginning, Haley, in fact, she did actually find a message where she said she might possibly stop for lunch to meet Meso. Possibly. Uncertain.
What's the date on that? What's the date on that? Date it.
I'm not going to go on a date with the messages, okay? That's completely unnecessary.
Oh my god.
Date it.
Date of the Departed.
It was
Shut up, Tyler!
October 17th, where you said possibly, and you never followed up on that.
Yeah, because we stopped talking about it until the movie.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. We weren't on
I
the
told
same
you.
page.
Like-
You broke our agreement! You shattered it like glass on the floor!
There was no agreement!
There was an agreement!
There was no agreement!
You took it, and you minimalized it! You discarded it! You disregarded our agreement like the writers of Ninjago are disregarding Dave the Departed and Cole!
How dare you!
How dare I? How dare you? Okay.
What a freaking episode.
Maybe if they wrote Dareth better, I would respect that, but they treat him like he's just a comedy character.
Sorry that they're busy writing
That's all he
Garrett
is.
so well
That's all
that they
he
don't have
is.
time for
Hello.
Cole because he's gonna
Thank you
replace
very
him.
much for listening to the Ninjago cast for March of the ONI. The dojo is now closed.
Don't do this. So thank you all so very much for listening. Hopefully you had a good time today. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up. We'll be back another time with the next episode of Ninjago. Thank you once again. The dojo is now closing. You have to go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I have been your sensei, LJ.
I have been Meso.
And I've been Haley.
And this has been NinjagoCast. We have been the masters of Podjitsu. The dojo is now closed. Farewell and have a wonderful day.
Adios.
Until next time.
1 like equals 1 more scene that Cole might be in.
How dare you!
So this video is getting no more likes.